In this video, we are going to discuss about the spherical mirror, its type and the terms related to the spherical mirror. So, spherical mirror is that mirror whose reflecting surface is the part of hollow sphere of a glass. Now for example, this is a hollow sphere of a glass and it has a two reflecting surface. Now the spherical mirror are of two types, concave mirror and the convex mirror. For example, in this case, in this diagram, this is the reflecting surface, that is the inner side, and if we consider a sphere in which outer surface is the reflecting surface, so there are two types of mirror which I have shown you in this figure. Now in this case, this side, when the inner side is the reflecting surface, then it is known as a concave mirror, and when the outer side of the hollow sphere is the reflecting surface, then it is known as a convex mirror. So a concave mirror is that spherical mirror in which the reflection of light takes place at the concave surface, that is in the bent in surface. Whereas what is convex mirror? A convex mirror is a spherical mirror in which the reflection of light takes place at the convex surface, that is at the bulging out surface. Now we will discuss the terms related to the spherical mirror. As we have discussed, there are two types of mirror. One is the concave and other one is the convex. Now for example, this figure in which the reflecting surface is inner side. So this is a concave mirror, and similarly in this hollow sphere the reflecting surface is the outer side, hence it is a convex mirror. Now the first term is the center of curvature. Center of curvature. The word center is used meaning it is the center of this hollow sphere. So this is the center of curvature which is represented as a C. Similarly in this case, again the center, this is considered as a center of curvature. So if we have to define the center of curvature, so it is the center of hollow sphere of glass of which this spherical mirror is the part. Now the second term is the pole, which is represented by a letter P, and it is just like this point. Again for this section this is a P, for this concave this is P. Now common point between the center and the pole, both are the center. This is the center of this hollow sphere, whereas P is the center of this spherical mirror. For example, if this is a spherical mirror, then its center is known as a pole. So we can say pole of a spherical mirror is the center of the mirror and it is represented by the letter P. And the next term is the radius of curvature, which is represented as an R. Now the word radius and radius of curvature, meaning the radius of this hollow sphere is represented as a radius of curvature. Again, radius of this hollow sphere is considered as a radius of curvature. So it is defined as the radius of curvature of spherical mirror is the radius of hollow sphere of glass of which the spherical is a part, and it is represented by the letter R. Now next is the principal axis. Now principal axis of a spherical line is this straight line which passes through center of curvature as well as through pole. So again I am repeating, principal axis of a spherical mirror is the straight line. This is the straight line which is passing through the center of curvature and the pole of a spherical mirror and produced on both the sides. Now the next term is the aperture. Now aperture of the spherical mirror is the diameter of the reflecting surface. Now for example, if this is till A to B is the reflecting surface, then this diameter is known as an aperture. Now if in this case it is of shorter length, for example A dash, B dash, so now this length is the aperture. So what is aperture? Aperture of a spherical mirror is the diameter of the reflecting surface. It can be greater or shorter depending upon what is the length of the reflecting surface. So these are the important terms. Center of curvature is the center of this hollow sphere. Radius of curvature is the radius of the hollow sphere. Pole is the center of this spherical reflecting surface, and principal axis, the axis which is passes through center of curvature as well as through principal axis and through pole and extended at both the end. And then aperture is the diameter of the reflecting surface. Now the next important term is the focus, principal focus. Now we will discuss the principal focus in case of concave mirror. Now for example, this is the pole, and if we are extending, and this is the center of curvature, and the line passing through the pole and the center of curvature is the principal axis. Now when different rays which are parallel to principal axis, these are two rays which are parallel to principal axis. Now if we follow that rule, whenever a light ray incident on an reflecting surface, then it is reflected by angle r. Similarly, this again following that rule, and it is reflected like this. So now this point where the rays which are parallel are converges after reflecting. Now concave mirror is called as a converging mirror because it is directing these rays after reflection to one point in the one direction. So that is all the rays which are parallel, they all are converging towards one point only. So that is why this concave mirror is also known as a converging mirror. Now this point where these all converging rays are meeting, this is known as a focus, and it is present in front of the mirror. So again I am repeating, in case of concave mirror, what happened? We take a reflecting surface and this is the principal axis, and any of the rays which are parallel to the principal axis, this is the rule, one of the basic rule of ray diagram. Those rays which are parallel will passes through focus. So that is, these rays are converging at one point or towards one point, and that point is known as a focus, and it is present in front of the mirror. For example, if this is the mirror, concave, this is the reflecting side, so it is present in front of the mirror and it is represented by small f. So we can say that focus is a point where all the rays which are parallel, they are converges towards that point is the focus. Now similarly, in case of convex, now for example, in case of convex mirror, we will again draw this diagram and the principal axis, then few rays are parallel to the principal axis. Now in this case, these rays diverges. Now they are moving in the different direction. Previously they are moving towards the inner side, that is they are converging, but now they are moving away from each other. So this is a diverging mirror. Convex mirror is known as a diverging mirror. Now if we extend these lines behind the mirror, then they appears to meet this point. Now this is the principal focus of a convex mirror, which is present at virtual position, just like virtual image which is behind the mirror. So again this focus is behind the mirror. In case of convex mirror, the focus is behind the mirror. In case of concave mirror, the focus is in front of the mirror. So now if we have to differentiate between the two focus, that is of the concave and the convex, now what is the difference between the two? In case of concave mirror, we make these parallel beams and they converges to a point. So that point is known as a focus, and this mirror is known as a converging mirror. Which mirror? Concave mirror is known as a converging mirror. Whereas in case of convex, this is the principal axis and these lines are parallel, rays are parallel. Now they diverge from this position. Now if we extend this principal axis, then these diverging rays they appears to be meet behind the mirror, or we can say virtual focus is present in case of convex mirror, and this mirror is also known as a diverging mirror. So now if we complete it as a circle, for example a sphere if I am forming, and this is the center of curvature and this is the radius of curvature, and this point is the focus, then the distance between the pole and the focus is known as a focal length. Similarly, in this case also, if we prepare this as a sphere and that point is just like a center of curvature, this is the radius, so this point is focus and this point is pole, so this length is known as a focal length, and by relation focal length is always half of radius of curvature. If this is r, then this point is r by 2. Similarly, if this from pole to center of curvature, if radius is r, then focal length, that is between pole and the focus, length is r by 2, or focal length is equal to r by 2, or we can say radius of curvature is equal to 2f.